Okay, we're back. And it's time to kill some elves. Bearing in mind that these guys can do... Well, let's check. These guys can do... Wow, let's say 60 damage to me. Crap, this is not good. Okay, we got him. Of course I can kill them instantly with Bolt of Magma. Maybe I shouldn't be in here yet. There's a lot of damage potential, but I think as long as we're careful... also... If I could get silence, that would be really good in here. I don't think I should do it though. Like every time I end up using silence, I make some kind of horrible mistake with it. So I think I should just not. Even if it is really, really good in here. Suppose I have cancellation, I could use that. I mean, it's fine. The thing is, if I silence and then like a Blade Master shows up, then we've got big problems. Yeah, I'm loving LRD though. I mean, that's the biggest thing is, why would I even bother with silence if I can just LRD things like this and kill them? I wouldn't say instantly, but pretty close to instantly. Instantly in some cases, if I roll well enough. I should get sublimation. Yeah, that's a good thing to see. the crystal walls, very explodable. Whoa. Okay, we're stealthing away now. We're stealthing away. We don't have the hit points for this right now. Or excuse me, the mana points. There he is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Bolt of Cold. Don't need that. +0. Remember, we already have Synth just from being a Gnoll, so that's nice but not necessary. Running into high-level elves. Unlucky on Elf 1. Whoops. Got him. That's a lot of high-level elves on Elf 1. We had 2 Annihilators, a Death Mage, and a Demonologist. So that's not great. I'm tempted to check out this longbow, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not taking off my shield. Which, by the way, we're at 15 now, so we're suffering not at all from it. I am kind of curious how this is going to go when I take off Ashen-Zari, because not only are we going to lose all these bonuses, we're going to get like 4 points of penalty. Which is very, 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 very bad for a Gnoll. I am interested to see if that's going to be viable or not. Anyway, that's a battle for another day. I think LRD might have been nerfed. I'm noticing that it doesn't make big explosions anymore, it's always tiny. Well, excepting if it's a crystal explosion. Although, you could argue that that's not a nerf. Yes, you get less range, yes, you can AoE a little less. However, it's more reliable, I can do this kind of crap. With stuff right next to me. Normally wouldn't be able to do that. Just a matter of killing these things without running out of mana in the process. Everything dies really, really fast to my powers. So it's not that hard. Nope. Not today, friend. Probably not be using doors. Unless something's changed, they do less damage. Then if you use stone, battle axe of electrocution. We'll just punch him to death. Or maybe I'll just stay in staff form while I kill it this way. Oh, maybe not. And that would be why I'm not using staff form all the time. You saw me trying to chase that guy down. You know, in addition to the MR threats, of course. Wow, this is a little too much. It's teleport time. There we go. Cool, okay. A little bit tedious. Took a small risk there, although I wasn't gonna like instantly die or anything. Oh, there's this guy. And he's going to help me out, because I'm just going to make... I'm going to LRD his Earth Elementals, and that's a great strategy I discovered a long time ago. Didn't actually know you could do that for the longest time. But yeah, it is great. Shit. Didn't mean to rest that extra time there. could have been bad. I'd rather not engage these dudes. I want to get him with the LRD. But it's just a matter of does he want to go next to a wall or not? The answer is not always yes. Hmm. $120 damage possible. Not enough to kill me. Now we leave, out of mana. Oh right, this is a bad staircase. You know what would be really cool? What would be really cool is if I had airstrike. That would be really handy right now. Oh, hello. Boom. Boom. Bailing out. That's not great. Okay. Take a step, take a step. Kill these guys with LRD. Got him. Let's go to a different staircase. We've kind of made a lot of noise there, and I don't know exactly how many more elves are left, but I assume it's more than a few. Well, ring of positive energy, ring of fire. I don't think we're going to really carry any of that around. I'm not hot swapping anytime soon on Ashinzari. We're just going to have to rely on potions of resistance if we need that. I was really surprised we haven't taken a ton of damage yet. Scry. Scry again. We gotta get out of here. There's too much stuff coming. Ashinzari actually helped me out for once. It is a shame that scrying doesn't let you do cool things with LRD the way that you might expect you'd be able to. Like, you can't LRD a place that you can't see without scrying, even if you can see it with scrying. Lightning bolt might be worth it. If I had it, I could lightning bolt through the spire. sort of unbelievable how good Lightning Spire is. I mean, just even late into the game, it's something you can put in the way of your enemies, and it's almost too good, based on how little investment is required to get it. But it is a level 4 spell. You do need some investment. It's not just free. Maybe for a deep elf it's kind of free. Box of Beasts, there's a blowgun. I should probably grab the blowgun, but kind of hurting on inventory. Feel of Floods. Interesting. Let's drop Polymorph. Very nice armor. However, I'm so reliant on casting, unless I was using blade hands or something, gosh, I don't know. We've invested so heavily in intelligence. I could change the whole course of the character. I mean, it's got MR++, that's great. We could just become a bow guy, I guess. I mean, technically we've got 13 bows, and if I cursed it, I'd have more. And -2. Hey, that's some free experience into slings. Not that it really matters, since slings are terrible at this point in the game, unless I found Punk, I guess. Okay, let's turn off Scrolls of Amnesia. Book of Power, Book of Alchemy. I had Book of Power on my shopping list, so that's cool. Looks like we've got level 7 spells now. That's a huge... I mean, I should have known that because of Dragon Form. But that's a huge step up. It might behoove me to get Spellforge Servitor, or to at least look over my books again. For level 7 spells I might want. I believe I would probably remember, though, if there was anything particularly useful. We've managed to skip over a lot of the cool level 7 spells. Ring of Flames, I guess. Would be nice. Of course, we don't want to use Ring of Flames in slime, because then we're vulnerable to cold. And unless I kill every single Azure Jelly before it gets next to me, that's like hundreds of damage I could be taking. It is another enhancer, though. Something to keep in mind. Whoa, hello, is that what I think it is? Crap. Well, we can still be killed by golden eyes right now, but boy, I want that robe. that is the robe of vines. That is good stuff. Really, really something to remember is here. It's probably number 1 on my list of things I'm gonna swap as soon as I get some MR. Then again, I just found this sweet little ring, which is way better than a regular ring of MR. As usual, guys. You know, as usual, MR is the it is the choke point behind which my entire character is trying to get through. This is an excellent ring, truly amazing, but doesn't really help me, does it? If I take off the robe, I'm also... Yeah, I'm susceptible to ogre mages and stuff. It's just not... It's not worth the risk, even if it is small. What a shame, though. What a shame. Maybe if we level up soon. You know what I should do? Let's check real quick. Apt MR. Where are gnolls? Are they in the crappy land, or are they decent? I don't see them on the list. It seems to be alphabetical. No, it's not. It's highest to lowest. Okay, I don't see them. How about apt Gnoll? HP, MP0, where's MR? Am I blind? Well, I don't see it. I may just be missing it because I'm blind or something, but based on this character, I would assume it's a 3. I'd assume it's low because we're wearing, I mean, geez, we have 20 levels, and I'm wearing 1, 2, 3 pieces of MR, and we're just barely immune to Ancient Liches. So that tells me we're probably on a 3 MR character, 3 per level. So, yeah, whatever. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking the lack of RC. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Well, let's wear this. Nope, can't do it. Can still be paralyzed by Great Orb of Eyes. I wanted to wear that for RC. So now we gotta do some very unfortunate math. Azure Jelly. So let's say they do max damage. Hit twice, 12, 24. Hit twice again, 12, 24, 48. 48 damage. 48 plus, I assume this cold damage can hit twice, so 48 plus 2 more 45s is 90. Is less than my max hit points. So as long as I stay at max hit points, Azure Jellies cannot kill me. Even if they get next to me, which they shouldn't, because Bolt of Magma ought to do a good job of killing them really, really quickly. So let's hit up Slime. It's going to be a bit rickety, I think. This is a bit of a rickety machine, this character, but it'll work. Or we could worship Jivia. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm trying to think if I want to go into vaults first, but I don't really, just because of the ease. The ease by which we could get a big pile of loot here. I mean, Slime is just so much faster. Man, this sucks. Alright, we need to look for a different staircase. There's too many Azure Jellies. And acid blobs and so on and so forth. Hey, you know what? Here's a cool Ashnzari ability that should exist. You should have the ability to look down or up a staircase. And see if there's a guy there. Got him. Okay, well my Ashnzari mapping is showing me where the rest of the floor is, but oh god. Are we gonna have to slowly LRD out? Dude, I think we are. This blows. Very unfortunate. It's not so bad. We're just gonna end up chewing through some rations here. hope that I'm... I guess it still does cost some spell hunger. What are you gonna do, though? Okay. Just making these little safe zones here. Sort of messed this one up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, we got him. Good. I don't want to try to use LRD to kill these things because it doesn't work too good against slime creatures. Any gelatinous thing is going to be resistant to that effect. We're almost there. This has been very painstaking, but it works. It's a shame that the game didn't give me any digging, but that's okay. Alright, we have a path. It's not a great path, but it's a path. And we got an easy way down. Cool. Just gonna wait. Oh, that's not good. Let's use Box of Beasts. Oh, we got Elder. Crap. Hit the wrong button there. There we go. I try not to stare dance slime these days, now that I know that floating eyes can spawn here. I think you saw me kind of not going up and down like I normally would, because you never know when a floating eye is going to show up. Nice. Alright, I'll rest up a bit since he didn't seem terribly interested in fighting me. So what's the plan for TRJ himself? I wish we still had vulnerability because then I could just kill him very easily with paralysis, but I neglected to save one of those. Probably do it in dragon form. I mean, we'll see. It's kind of. I'll probably use like phantom mirrors, boxes of beasts, obviously like haste, agility, resistance. Do the whole melee thing, which is generally the most reliable. The only more reliable thing than that, as far as ways to kill TRJ go, is like the Rue, Torment, Immolation, Apocalypse thing, which works quite well. I guess I'm glad I didn't come in here with my cold resistance robes on. There were a ton of golden eyes in here. Nice. Stealth goes a long way in here. Remember, the jellies have the worst stealth awareness in the game. And that goes for any jelly at all, as far as I know. Oh, he saw me. Apparently TRJ's well awake today. You notice these acid blobs are still asleep, even though I've been making a ton of noise. I knew it. I knew the game was going to try to force me to carve another hole. You know what? I refuse. We're just going to teleport. I'm not spending another 10 minutes trying to dig a hole. We'll just go for the easy way. Don't see anything terribly interesting in here right off the bat. No particularly cool unrans or anything, but you know, some of those rings might be great. Yeah, not dragon form because of the cold. Probably staff form, as much as I don't want to be slowed. Haste will counteract that. Just trying to think if there's anything I want to... Oh, you know what? I'm immune to confuse, so I shouldn't have even been thinking of what golden eyes can do. Although, it's a moot point since Great Orb of Eyes can paralyze you. But yeah, Ashen Zari gives you clarity, which is immunity to confusion, among other things. Let's see. Obviously, I want to be in melee. We'll do the melee strategy. There he is, there he is. Alright, we'll haste. Just to see. Yep, 0%. I was wondering if with 17 evocations without a Vuln can anything work, and the answer is no. But that's good to know for the future. We have a ton of throwing nets, like an outrageous amount. resistance. Why don't we get him in the net? We'll use might. Flux of beasts. Take a step. Net. Oh no. You garbage Oxfire beast, you. Alright, that's not great. Can't enslave these death oozes either. Crap. Okay, well we're gonna Holy Word. That makes the death oozes do less stuff. I'm gonna just get him with the magma. Oh, this is good. We will... I know I'm not in staff form. This is... We've adjusted the strategy. It's TRJ, copy time, it's net time, and it's magma time. So I didn't need the might. Didn't really do much melee. Blink. Yeah, I should have brillianced if I was going to do all this. Whatever, if it works, you know. If the strategy gets me the win. I'm just going to let these summons. Well, that ring is crap. That book is not terribly useful to me either. Generation we don't need. Spiders we would love. Arlec we don't need because we have staff form. The rings are a disappointment. However, we got some cool evocations here. Evocables. Got a Necronomicon. That's fun. That's actually really interesting. Like, really, really interesting, because by the time we're level 27, we can probably cast level 8 spells with the help of wizardry. So, yeah, and with Haunt. Haunt is a surprisingly good spell. You can win the game with Haunt. It's tedious, but you can do it. Like, Haunt by itself will win the game for you. So, yeah, I mean, with that, you can slow anything. That's neat. It's kind of a crappy hammer, and by that I mean it doesn't, not everything is a nail, is what I'm saying. Like, Haunt is not the best tool for any job. In fact, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I actually lost a run once because I was spamming Haunt instead of better things. But yeah, this is our end game right here, if I choose for it to be. Interesting. Let me put some thought into that. I don't know if I'm gonna get Haunt or not. We have, how much amnesia do we have? Just one. So actually casting the stuff inside of Necronomicon is not as easy. Death Channel, that'd be handy. I have Needles of Frenzy. I should really be wearing some... I should really be carrying around that blowgun. We only have 2 wizardries now. Some interesting choices. Nothing too exciting. Wow, 2 Necronomicons? What? Wow, that's kind of funny. Interesting. But yeah, it seems like the right move is to use throwing. Because because I have a ton of enchant weapon. I can definitely come close, if not get a +9 blowgun. And that would, there's a great number of uses for that. Of course, it definitely changes my inventory situation for the worst. For the worse, rather. Alright, we're going to turn off Lignify, and we'll start by turning off Lignify and Mutation. That's 2 slots right there. Gosh, I wish I had used up that manual of slings. Wouldn't that be nice? Enchant up the boots some more. We'll get paralysis. I'm going to grab this blowgun from Elf 3. Jeez, really? I know why that's happening. I'll get to that in a minute. Needles of Sleeping might actually be useful on this character, but I think I'd rather have paralysis. Obviously. Let's, because it's obnoxious to get in and out of here due to the tunnel I made, let's take Necronomicon with us. Let's take the Rings of Mutation, or the Potions of Mutation with us too. And if I really have to come back in here, I will. It's fine. Yeah, this lovely little tunnel. That is the reason, because I built it shoddily. It's a poor contractor who built that tunnel. I'll drop the Necronomicon here. Jeez, I think I should get Haunt. I seem to remember Gnoll's kind of flirting with getting level 8 spells, but they don't really get them without Wizardry, and I may not be wearing Wizardry this whole game. Possibly. Oh man, but Necromutation gives me an MR pip. Dude, I gotta get this. And just have Necro up all the time. That'd be handy. That's too obnoxious, though, to keep it up all the time. Yeah, that's not feasible. Sucks. Alright, I'll make it Haunt. And I could just spam that on things from far away. It'll be great. Such as Ancient Liches. I mean, you can kill literally anything, even an Orb of Fire, if you were so inclined, with Haunt. Now, I feel like I was going to do something. Yeah, I was going to get the Blowgun. Let's get Needles of Frenzy. And that's the big one, really. Needles of Frenzy. Because you can use it on Ettins and things. Let's get Enchant Weapon. Oh, come on. I want to drop something else. Let's drop Scrolls of Identify. Alright, so we have +8. It's not quite +9, but it's enough that, trust me, we can, even with only 13.5 throwing, we can affect most of the important things we'd like to affect. Thanks to how insanely enchanted that Blowgun is. We'll start vaults here. I don't see us finishing it this run, or this session, but I want to try something. Let me take off this robe for a second. 5%. 0%. Alright, well, we can run into an Ancient Lich in here, so we're unfortunately wearing the robe of MR+. But I'll tell you what's awesome in here, because these are all stone walls, I can LRD and do tons of damage to everything. Crap, of course he wakes up. Okay, we're gonna Ice Blast to finish him. You're not going to see me actually use that blowgun much. It's just kind of a Hail Mary for when things get particularly bad. I'll tell you what I really want is Malign. That is a level 7 spell. If I had Malign Gateway, that'd be so great right now. I would be jumping for joy. I would amnesia something, anything, any of my spells off for that. Literally any single spell. One to the clouds. You know what? Let's drop one to paralysis and turn that off. We have the needles for that now. I'm going to actually pick up clouds because that is going to be handy on Vaults 5. Hopefully we use up the slings manual soon. It's not entirely useless, even if I'm not using slings. My understanding is that this will make everything else cost more. Or excuse me, cost less because this one's costing more. Well, I don't know. No, that's not right at all. The amount it'll be more difficult to learn slings, but the same amount of experience is going into it, so that doesn't work that way. Nice try. Amplifier. Kill those guys with LRD. Yeah, get them with the LRD. Enchant armor. I guess I'll enchant up my shield. I'm not just going to let my enchant armor sit around on this character. It's questionable enough that I think it behooves me to use everything immediately. Just the defenses of this character just aren't great, is what I'm saying. Well, the defenses of this character aren't terrible. I shouldn't say that. I mean, this is not like a deep elf or something. I've still got great AC and EV compared to that. And my hit points aren't bad either. I'm mainly concerned because my resistances are, well, non-existent. Except for RLEC when I'm in this form, and RF when I'm in dragon form. And any game where I have low resistances, I usually end up taking a ludicrous spike of damage at some point. I would have expected it in Elf. It's a little surprising I didn't see it. But probably Zot or Depths, perhaps. And with Zot, every piddly little Draconian can do like 60 damage to you in Zot if you have no resistances. And that's true for any character for like purple Draconians. Something to keep in mind. These guys can do about 75 damage to you. No resistance. Like ice dragons, fire dragons. And that's just the product of how much I value MR over basically everything. Could have taken some big damage there. Staff of Energy, something we don't particularly need anymore. Not real happy about this situation, but I'm going to do this real fast anyway. I like to live dangerously. Nice. Alright, here's the part. Here's the part where we leave. Too much damage possible now with those titans coming close, closing the distance. Whoa, what am I doing? That's not the right thing for this. Nice try, I'm fire resistant. Wand of acid, I guess. Because of my careful preparation, I cannot be paralyzed. Oh, Book of Necromancy, nice book. Animate Dead would be nice to have, but at this point I'd rather have Death Channel if I was going to memorize something like that. I don't think we really need either. What I really like is Infestation. 19% fail rate. Gotta have that wizardry if we're gonna do that. Volume of the Scorpion, nothing we need. Sling is still not used up. A little surprising. Well, we got an Amulet of the Acrobat, +3 int. Not really worth, well, we have 8 scrolls of Remove Curse now, so I guess I could wear it. I don't know how much use I would get out of that unless I go full summons, but as you know, unfortunately, we don't have the right summons. Eldritch Tentacle would be the right one. Man, 15 evasion, though, when you're moving around is pretty sweet. Pretty good stuff. Definitely better than reflection, I'll tell you that. You know what? Fine. We'll do that. Mainly because of the intelligence. Man, I'm really tempted to curse this Staff of Earth. I think it gives me more spell casting, or not spell casting, but skill in spell schools. You know what? I'm going to cut the video here. I'll cut the video here, and then I'll look that up on the wiki, which should be correct, even though it's usually not. And then if it gives me a significant amount of spell skill, I may use it just so I can cast Infestation, because that would be so sweet for Vaults 5, or anywhere, really. Yeah, I suppose I could just use Staff of Wizardry. That would be fine too. I don't know. I'll give it some thought, but let's I'll tell you what, before we cut the video, I'll just grab this real quick. Alright. I was kind of curious. Yeah, with Wizardry it's only 6%, but we'll see about that. I am curious if I can get significantly more skill here with the staff bound. So anyway, until next time, I am signing out.